The next topic is type of matrices. The first one is column matrix. So a matrix having only one column is said to be a column matrix. So what we see here, in this matrix A, only one column is there. So 3 by 1. So any column matrix, its order will be always some number by 1. So this is called column matrix. Number 2 is row matrix. A matrix having only one row is said to be a row matrix. So this is what we see here, 4, 6, 2. This matrix has only one row, but 3 columns are there. Any row matrix will always have only one column. Its order will be 1 into some number. The third one is horizontal matrix. A matrix A, I, J, M by N, where M is less than N. So this condition is very, very important. M should be less than N is said to be a horizontal matrix. For example, this matrix A, it has 2 rows and 3 columns. So M is less than N. So this is an example of horizontal matrix. Number 4 is a vertical matrix. A matrix A, Aij M by N, where M is more than N. This condition is important, is said to be a vertical matrix. So in this matrix A, we say that there are 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. So 4 by 3, so M is more than N. So this is an example of vertical matrix. Next is square matrix. A matrix in which the number of rows is equal to number of columns is said to be a square matrix. So here M by N is a square matrix if M is equal to N. So that means if Aij we write down M by N is a square matrix of order M. इसमें order M we write down because square matrix में row and column number is same. Aij is N by N. It is said to be a square matrix of order N. Here we see one example. So this example में this matrix A has 3 rows and 3 columns. So it is a square matrix of order 3. Of course, it is always good to mention the order here. Before we go to the next type of matrix, it is very important to know one definition. What are diagonal elements of a matrix? So if Aij is a square matrix of order n, the elements Aij where I is equal to j are called diagonal elements. For example, the square matrix that we saw. In this square matrix, this element is A11, A12, A13, 21, 22, 23, 31, 32, 33. That means this set of elements, which set these are. In this set of elements, this first element, this is position is A11, second is A22, third is A33. That means these elements are known as the diagonal elements of a square matrix. After knowing what are diagonal elements, now we are in a position to define what is diagonal matrix. A square matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix if all the non-zero elements are 0. All the non-diagonal elements are 0. That means you can see this is the matrix, these are non-diagonal elements, this is diagonal elements. So diagonal elements के ऊपर कोई comment नहीं है, but in the non-diagonal elements must be 0, then it is said to be a diagonal matrix. So here we see an example. A is a diagonal matrix of order 2, B is a diagonal matrix of order 3. If I take only single element like this, that would be a diagonal elements of order 1. Next is the definition of a scalar matrix. A scalar matrix means it must be a diagonal matrix. Okay. So a diagonal matrix, if scalar, if the diagonal elements are equal, that means diagonal matrix with non-diagonals all are 0 and diagonal elements should be all equal. So 3, 3, 3. Or you can put any elements here. So this is of order 3 by 3. You can also write down 2, 0, 0, 2. This is also scalar matrix because non-diagonals are 0 and diagonals are equal. So this is the meaning of scalar matrix. Identity matrix, a scalar matrix in which all the diagonal elements are 1 is said to be identity matrix. For example, identity matrix of order 1, only 1 will write down. Identity matrix of order 2, 1 0 0 1. Identity matrix of order 3, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. And in future we are going to use I2 matlab identity matrix of order 2, I3 matlab identity matrix of order 3, and so on. Next is upper triangular matrix. In upper triangular matrix, the condition is that Aij equal to 0 when I is greater than j. For example, A11, A12, A13, A21. A21 matlab 2 is more than 1, so that is why I is more than j, so this is 0. In this place, again 3 1 will come 0, 3 2 will come 0. So that is why this matrix is known as upper triangular matrix, because if you look at carefully, the non-zero elements occupy like a triangle at the upper portion of this matrix, like this way. So that is why it is known as upper triangular matrix. And this has use in the next chapter, determinants. Lower triangular matrix, a square matrix A is lower triangular if Aij equal to 0 for I is less than j. A11, A120, A130, A21, 22, 230, 31, 32, 330. So in this case also, why it is called lower triangular? Because the non-zero elements, they seems to occupy the lower part of a triangle form. So that is why it is known as lower triangular matrix, and it also has use in the next chapter. The last one is zero matrix. If in a matrix all the entries are 0, it is said to be zero matrix or a null matrix. And a null matrix need not be a square matrix. It could be of any order. Like this is one order, it is order 2 by 3, it is order 2 by 2. It could be row matrix, it could be column matrix. So zero matrix matlab if all the entries are 0, then this is a zero matrix. So these are the 11 types of matrices that we have discussed. Hope you understood all of them. Thank you very much.